and welcome to episode 3 of Corinthians Dream Team. My name's Daniel, and this evening I'm joined by Corinthians club captain, former first team player, and current vets and reserve team player, Steve Kemp. Steve, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hi Dan, good, thanks. You all right?
Yeah, all good, thank you. So, Steve,
Good.
just walk us through your footballing career. Where did you start off?
To be honest, I didn't really start playing football until I was a bit later, really. I didn't really start playing until I was about 11 or 12 when I went to senior school. And then kind of played for teams like Fairfax Rangers, Parkside Swifts and stuff. And then went straight from there, played for Holbridge, played in the Alliance League under 18s. And then I did a season there for the first team. And then that was Terry Rose, Ben Adams, Sam Ayres, all that lot got me over. They'd all been there, well, Terry had been there a long time, but Ben and Sam had been there a year, and then I joined them the following year. And then I've been there ever since, really. I've been there 19 years now, so long time. Yeah.
Yeah, long time. So club captain, what does that entail?
It basically just means that, you know, I'm there for any of the other club captains or any player that can come, and if they've got anybody's got a problem or anything, they can come and speak to me. If they don't want to speak to the manager for whatever reason, or you know, and just to represent the club, really.
Brilliant, great. It's just a helping hand on and off the pitch, which is brilliant. Okay, so I assume you've seen all the other episodes on how Corinthians Dream Team works.
Yeah.
Cool. So how did you find it? Hard process?
No, I think it's really good. I think like the guys before me have struggled, like I think I have, to try and put a decent, you know, or the best team together, because there's just so many. I've been at the club 19 years, so there's so many good players to put in, and you kind of sitting there thinking, yeah, it's got to be that player, and you think, oh, what about that player? What about that player? And it's just, yeah, it's really, really hard. But I've kind of tried to go for people that I've played with for a fair amount of time, as well as being like the best players as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so what formation have you gone for then?
It was hard to try and I think I tried to pick the players and then try and put them into a formation.
Squeeze them in somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, so I've gone for a 3-4-3, try and get the players in that I wanted in there.
Brilliant, okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of between the sticks, who have we got?
Yeah. There was two people that I couldn't decide between, but I've gone with someone who I played with more length of time, which is John Eckett. I know he's featured in the other guys' videos, but played him for a long time, and he was excellent for so many years. And just he kept us in so many games where we should have been 3 or 4-0 down, and he's just pulled off some like terrific saves, kept us in the game. We ended up winning like 1-0 or something. But yeah, fantastic stop stopper, and really, really good player. The other player that didn't make it was Paul Horwood. For the fact, superb goalkeeper, but I haven't played with him that long, so chose John over Paul there.
Brilliant. Okay, so who's John got in front of him?
So to start with, I've gone with Sam Ayres. So still playing for the first team at the minute. I think they rib him a little bit on there because he's always called the old man now.
Yeah.
But no, I've played with Sam. He's been my main centre back kind of partner over the years. I played centre mid for quite a lot, and I played for centre back as well. But yeah, with Sammy, he's always been there, basically covering me on many occasions. But he reads the game so well. We had a really good understanding together when we played, and really enjoyed playing with him. It's not kind of win every header and every tackle, but he's just so clever with, you know, standing the defender up and just reading the game. So if, you know, someone was getting past me, he'd already be there covering me to not let him get in on goal or anything. So he almost made me play better because he covered my arse all the time.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, so the first one,
So,
so yeah.
so who's he got alongside him, helping him out?
Alongside him, I've gone with Luke Wilson. I know he's featured in a couple of other guys, but he was really, really good when we played him. Again, only played for a couple of seasons, but he's gone on to a higher level. And when he played for us, you can just tell when someone's got a football brain. And he used to like switch the ball diagonally from 70, 80 yards and get us from our own kind of corner flag into attack. But he was strong, powerful. Again, read the game very well, but he was a threat on set pieces and stuff. Scored a few goals and did kind of demanded respect as well. So he was quite good with the team, getting people up for big games and stuff as well.
Brilliant. And your last defender?
Last defender, gone for someone who doesn't play anymore because his knees have gone. But back in the day when we played with him, his nickname was the Tank, and it's Wes Stells.
Right.
So basically, this player, he could play anywhere. So he played up front, he played in the midfield, he played centre back, and he played in goal. So you could play him anywhere on the pitch. If someone was short, you could put him in there. But when I played with him, when he played centre back, that was for me when he was best position, because you just couldn't get past him. So he just, somehow he would like stop them getting past you, and he was just brilliant. Yeah, and he really good lad to have around the change room, loads of banter and stuff. But,
that's always needed.
He was solid. Yeah, definitely, and a bit of a joker, but it's what you need. But on the pitch, he was serious, and he didn't like to lose, and he wouldn't let anybody past him.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look at that defence now. So Steve, a strong defensive lineup there. So who have we got in the middle of the park?
So I've gone with kind of two more defensive players and then two attacking players. So I'll start with the two defensive players. First one on there is Danny Acker. I've played with Danny for a long time. Played with him on Saturdays and Sundays. But played with him for Corinthians for, say, probably 5-6 years. And he's very, very good player. Likes to get his foot on the ball. Can really, get stuck in as well though. But he's not really known for that. But he does when you need him to. He can. But his passing ability and stuff was brilliant, and just that kind of protection in front of the back four as well. But he would pop up with the odd good goal as well. But mainly just like his passing ability and creativity really in the middle. But he was more of a defensive holding midfielder rather than box to box or pushing on.
Right, okay. So who else have we got there?
I've got basically another player that I haven't actually played that much with, only probably a couple of seasons in the Vets, but I grew up playing against him and played quite a few games against him, and it's Mark Page. We call him the maestro, and he's just awesome. Just literally his passing ability, you can tell he's having a good game because he just turns it on and he's outside of the boot, and he's just he's a great player to watch. Makes the game look so easy. I've like I say, I've played against him quite a lot growing up, but then obviously it's been nice for him to be on the same side. I bet. Sits in that middle, gets the ball, comes deep from the defence, picks up the ball, sprays it out wide, gets up. Yeah, it's brilliant midfielder.
Great. Okay, so 2 down, 2 to go in the midfield. Who else have we got?
Yeah. So then the next two are a bit more kind of attacking box to box players. First one is Mikey Edgar. Mikey, again, I played with him for many seasons. Just brilliant when he's on it. He's really on it. He's unplayable. Fitness is superb. Can spray the ball around. go box to box. He scores quite a few goals. He's like, I remember playing with him. I think it was probably about 10 years ago now. But I remember one of the season where he played for us, and he was just a standout player. He got player of the year. But he many times just come up and popped up with that goal when it's 1-1 and you're a bit stale or something, and he got us over the line with either winning the league or winning a cup or something, getting us through to that cup final. Not so. He's quite a small player, so he doesn't obviously win all the headers and do stuff like that. But he's got everything about him, everything about passing, shooting. Good player.
Brilliant. And lastly,
so my last midfield place goes to Paul Brooker. I played with Paul for probably about 18 years now. Either a Saturday or a Sunday, I've always played with him. And going back when he was like first team for Corinthians and stuff, when he played as well, his fitness was second to none. He'd literally get box to box, come up with loads of goals. His fitness is brilliant. He's played up front as well, goal scorer. But his energy is he just dragged us out of games sometimes where he just needed, he'd be back against the wall and it was like 2-1 up and you're just hanging on, and he just needed that bit of energy in the middle to kind of put a bit of pressure on them and just get that bit of relief. And he'd be the one that would kind of get us that. He was strong in the air, won everything in the air, strong in the tackle, kind of just an old-fashioned kind of centre mid, no nonsense kind of player that was give you all as well. As soon as you got over that white line, that was it. It was kind of no nonsense kind of thing. Really, really good player, and he competes for our midfield.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's 2/3 of the way through. Let's have a look at that midfield and defence put together now. So Steve, 2/3 of the way through now, with only the attack left to do. So let's jump straight into it. Who have you got up top?
Okay, so first player is Senna Suave. Probably one of the best strikers around when we was playing. Fantastic player, had everything about him. People would try and kick him, and it'd just it's the worst thing you could do because it'd get him angry, and then he'd score 3 against them. But no, he's fantastic, fantastic player. Could have definitely played higher, but we was lucky to have him for as long as we had him. The amount of times that we'd be 85th minute in a game, and it would be 1-1, 2-1, and he'd just go on this run, beat 4 players, and bang it in the top corner. He used to win us so many games for doing that. But he had strength, he had pace, could dribble, shoot. He worked hard, so he just had everything really. But yeah, fantastic player. I think I remember one cup final. I think he was scoring all 3 goals, and we won 3-0. So
wow,
it was
brilliant.
or 3-1 I think it was. But yeah, he scored all the goals, and yeah, just a fantastic player really. I'd probably say one of the best local strikers I've seen really.
Wow. Yeah, I remember seeing him on I think it was a charity game that you guys done at Roots Hall a few years back.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of the skills that he pulled out were just I was in amazement, to be honest, watching it.
Yeah.
Okay,
when his head was on it, he was just unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I certainly wouldn't like to be defending against him.
No, he did. On Sundays, he played for a team that I played against, and I did have to mark him once, or a few times, and he did get the better of me most of the time. So, yeah. I didn't know whether to get too close. I got too close to him, he'd turn me. If I got too far away, he'd score from range. So I was a bit screwed definitely.
Catch-22. Okay, so who's he got alongside him?
Alongside him, I've gone for another player that kind of grew up playing it against a lot. And that's Dan Fitch. Played against him for many, many years. When he played for Railway, always had to mark him, so we had like really good battles over the years. But then later on, he came and played for Corinthians, and played with him for the first team. Played with him for the Vets for the last few years as well. But he's just absolutely strong as an ox. Like, wins every header. Really good, holds the ball up well, good support player, brings other players into the game. Unselfish player, will lay it off to get the win. He won't just look to score himself. But yeah, really, really, really good player. As I say, really strong, wins everything in the air and stuff, and just, scores probably 20, 25 every season. And he's played at all different levels all the way through. So he can do it. He's done it for, I think he's played a couple of games for the first team. He's played for the reserves, played for the Vets, played for the Sunday team. So he's played for everybody basically. Really good player. So Dan Fitch.
Brilliant. And lastly, to complete your Corinthians dream team.
Lastly is Alan Frosty. He's played on the wings, played up front. But he's back when we played with him, kind of going back like 15 years. He was getting kind of 40 goals a season, and he was superb. He was just so quick. He was just literally. It wasn't so much that he would take on 5 or 6 players and then bang it in the top corner. He would just be on the last man all the time. And as soon as that ball's over, the defender's gone to react, and he's 2 yards gone. He just literally direct straight to goal and always slotted it home. So really good player, but very, very direct. So he'd go straight for goal and score the goals. But he's scored so many important goals for us, where he's won us the games in the last 10 minutes and stuff, where he's got to score goals. So that completes my team really.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look at that team in full now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve, you could just take us through your dream team just one last time.
Yeah, so we've got John Eckett in goal. We've got Sam Ayres, Luke Wilson, Wes Sells at the back. We've got Danny Acker, Mark Page, Paul Brooker, and Mikey Edgar in the middle. And we've got Senna Suave, Dan Fitch, and Alan Frost up front.
Brilliant. Great. Okay, Steve, thanks very much for joining us. Any comments?
I was just going to say, there's a few players that kind of would have wanted to try and get in the team, but they just missed out. And I spoke earlier about Paul Horwood. He just missed out just because I played with John for so many years, and both quality goalkeepers. There's Matt Stubbs and Sean Bennett. I've only played with them. Again, they're kind of 2 players that I grew up playing against and had really good battles with. But I've only just started kind of playing with them in the Vets the last couple of years, so haven't played with them as much as some of the other players. So they just narrowly missed out. Another guy who's played quite a lot with Steve Tierney, so he just misses out on the 11 as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so before we wrap up, I've got another decision for you to make, and that's who would be your captain to lead this team on the field, and who would be your manager and assistant if needed to take this team forward and win titles and trophies.
I think, to be honest, captain's quite a hard one, because there's probably 3 or 4 that could easily be the captain on the field. But I think the one player that I would go for would be Wes Sells at the back. Just could lift the team with a big tackle, or like a passage of play where he was just really lift the team up and stuff, try and organise the team and kind of demanded respect as well. So he would that would be my captain, because he's I think he was captain for a couple of the cup finals and stuff as well. Early on, and we were successful with them and stuff, so he lifted the cups. But he's very, very good player, and I think he'd be a good captain as well.
Brilliant. And a manager?
Manager, I've only really kind of had a couple of managers at Corinthians, so I would have to go with the chairman, Ben Adams, for manager. He's done great with the team from, I think it was Division 5 when we started. And back then he started playing. I think he might have taken over when we started Division 3, I think it was, or 2. And brought us up to the Prem and stuff. Won a fair few cup finals as well. So yeah, that would be Ben Adams, the chairman, for that.
Brilliant.
If you had to say an assistant, then I'd say Dave Prowse from the Vets. Played with Dave for I think it's 3 seasons now, and he took the Vets team, won the league and cup twice in a row, and I think it was over 1,000 days that he went unbeaten.
Wow,
so that's quite a big achievement. Yeah, so he would be the assistant to Ben as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so that completely completes your Corinthian Dream Team. So yeah. Steve, thanks very much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it, creating your dream team.
Yeah, it's been good. Thanks very much.
No worries.
Look forward to seeing what everyone's going to say about it. But
yeah, well, they can disagree. There is always that comment section. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and share. And if you, like I say, if you do disagree with any of Steve's decisions, then feel free to drop it in the comments. But apart from that, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.